Well, I got another project for you today, and that's adding casters to this Pedestal fan that I bought from Harbor Freight. They're about 130 bucks, I think, and they're very heavy. Moving them around the shop and making room for when I'm doing projects is more of a task than I really want it to be. So I bought 4 stem casters from Amazon and went and got extra hardware to reinforce the plate so I know that it's not going to twist out and break off the stem casters when moving it around. Not that I'm going to get too crazy with it, but this should be a nice little project, and it's going to add a little bit more mobility to things around in my shop. I like to have everything on casters so that when I need to make more room, it's easy and it gets the job done really quick. I also have this bench seat that I was going to put in the van, but it might be a while before I get around to it. I'm using it for inside the shop. I put my boots on in the morning with the bench. Really comes in handy in here. It's kind of like my thinking couch. So I'm going to add casters to that, but that's going to be a little bit more labor intensive to try to get that done. So right now we're going to move over to the fan, and we're going to drill out the holes that are already made to be able to accept the casters that I bought. Okay, so the casters I bought are these here, and they're locking, so that way when the fan's in use, I'll be able to make sure that it's not going to go nowhere kind of right away. But I also did buy extra washers, 16 of these, to reinforce this plate, which is already pretty heavy. I just didn't want the caster to really hit anything and bend at the stem, either breaking this off or bending this to where then you're making a repair to the bottom of this. So what we're going to do is the holes that are already in it won't accept these casters. I already drilled one, and it's just a little bit more than what they gave you originally. So I think I have, let's see, I can't even tell. I think it says 5/16. 5/16 drill bit. And I'm going to open up all these holes here. They did come with a small washer. I'm just going to add that to it, and 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top. Nut. It does come with nuts. Came with 8 of them. I'm probably going to double them up. And I did buy, to cap them off, I don't know if you can see that, they're caps. That way there's not a jagged thread like sticking up. Just finish them off, make them look nice. Actually, I want to tighten this down first before I add the next one. That's tight. I'm going to add a second nut. Tighten to that. And a cap. And I'm going to need a smaller one for the cap. Okay, so it was 9/16 for the nuts that came with it, and then the caps that I bought from Home Depot, it's going to use 1/2 inch. Let's give you a quick look at the caster installed. Goes through the plate with the caster on the bottom. I'm going to repeat this 3 more times. show you what all 4 casters look like installed. It's got all the stems on that side. So let's go ahead and prop her up and see if she rolls. Well, now that I added some height onto it, I'm going to actually drop this down just a touch. Right to about there. So it's not so much top heavy, but the casters really do seem to help a lot with rolling. I usually put it on the end of the bench here for when I'm working, so I can just lock it down and it's not going to roll anywhere. And that way I can be a little cooler when working. That's actually really nice now that I don't have to like drag it everywhere. So we're going to move on to the bench now. So before we make the rolling shop bench, I'm going to end this video here so that it's not a 40-minute video about putting casters on things. So you can hit the link right here and we'll go to the next video. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button and let's get to work.